are capable of winning races. But you can't do it alone. It's time to elevate your game to the next level with RMR Driving Academy. Richard Murtaugh is the longest-running setup builder on iRacing with nearly a decade of experience. With a combined 13,000 rating across 2 accounts, Murtaugh has helped more than 20 drivers advance to the World of Outlaws Pro Series. Log on to rmrdrivingacademy.com or find them on Facebook and Instagram.
Good Tuesday evening, everybody. Welcome to the Digital Sim Sports Network, the Dirt Racing Network, and the live coverage of the Epic Racing Association Tri-Track Series. Summer Series for the Epic Racing Association. Going to run 3 different tracks. Going to run them a couple of times. They were off last week. They run basically every other week. They were off last week. They'll be on this week. They'll be on next week so that they can give the guys over at DSRL a chance to put on their Indy race on the 22nd. Smaller field than was expected, but these guys still going to get out here at Hickory Motor Speedway and do the laps. Going to be a fun one no matter what. This place is always fun to watch. Teeny tiny little bull ring. Race is really big. Kind of tricky in the corners. We'll see a little invert. Guys are still going to qualify for the bonus points, and then we'll see a little bit of an invert to the field. Hey, Jimmy Jones making it in here late. That'll be an 8-car field for sure then. A couple of the usual suspects from 2 weeks ago now. I don't see Adam Vinny anywhere. And I thought for sure we would see him again. Should be a quick one, folks. Don't go anywhere. You might miss something. These warm-up sessions are about over. It's going to be qualifying time, and then they will do their invert. And we will be ready for the abbreviated feature race tonight. 35 laps here. It'll go by pretty quickly, too. I mean, 15-second laps. Make sure you say hi in the chat. Let me know you're watching. Tell me where you're watching from. Who your favorite driver out here today is. Just waiting for the boys to get out for qualifying. That's all we're doing. No shows last night. Field was not up to par. So Dirt Slingers ended their 25th season with more of a whimper than a bang for their Sprints for Freedom. Noah Bowman ended up claiming the 3rd crown jewel as he became the Sprints for Freedom champion last night. And Trevor Royer picked up the overall championship for that 360 Wing Sprint Car Series. Tomorrow night, Midwest Truck Series. We missed them last week, unfortunately. We could not get back from our out-of-town work trip in time to in fact, we didn't come back until a couple of days later, actually, because it turned into a fiasco. But it's another story for another time. But we are back this week for them. So we'll be there tomorrow night to cover the boys. This way, no one has rolled out. Not a soul has tried to roll out for qualifying yet. All 8 drivers are in their chat channel for driver meeting, but I thought we did the qualifying and then they did driver's meeting. Still waiting to see if anybody's going to roll out. All right, looks like we got some guys rolling out now. Josh Westendorf. Marvin Turnmeyer is out. I think Dylan Connor just rolled himself out. Yep, there's the 91 car. 81 of Jeff Werdeman. John Brunner and Pete Dillon are going to be the first to put in time. There's Pete Dillon. Dillon 1570. Brunner was second quick. Eddie quickest right now, 1564. 91 car just now got on to the clock. Actually, that's not true. He was half a second slow. He'll get out of turn 4 this time. A little wiggle of the rear end. Didn't matter. He's going to the top. 1561. Just noses out Matt Eddie. Jimmy Jones. And Jimmy Jones, no qualifying time for that 42 machine. He must have had contact with the wall. So Connor, Eddie, Dillon, Werdeman, Turnmeyer, Brunner, Westendorf, and Jones. Now, I think we get an invert here. Well, we'll wait and see. I think Connor, Eddie, maybe Vinny and Dillon were the top 4 in race number 1. And I think they were going to invert, take the top 4 and move them to the back each week. Top 4 in points, that is. And move them to the back. That was my understanding. Summer is upon us. That means there'll be less and less activity here at DRN. With DSRL having their Monday night series come to a close, we will wait and see when they are set to return. The Tuesday series still, again, every other week. And then the Wednesday series, which is weekly. The only shows currently, until we get through summer, we start to get into September, maybe late September, early October, when all of the other series start to come back full time. If you got a series you want to see about getting coverage for it, reach out to us. Easiest way, go to the Facebook page. While you're there, like, share, and follow. Send us a private message. We can't guarantee anything, but we're always willing to take a look. If you're over on YouTube, Twitch, and Trovo, hit the subscribe button so you'll know every time we go live. We're just waiting for them to finish up this qualifying session and get their inverts figured out and get on to tonight's show. I don't know if I'm longing for rain day after day again or if I'm just already over the heat, but good Lord, we turned one off and the other one came on full blast. I know we need some heat to bake some of this moisture out of the ground, but my goodness, people. You can't go from low 80s to mid 80s and rain daily to mid 90s feeling like 102, 103, and we've had that for about 4 or 5 straight days now. It's brutal. My body was not ready for that change. That's Noah. Okay. So it looks like it's time for our feature. I think we're going to do an invert. We'll know when they roll off. We're going to show you what the grid is set up like, and then we'll swap things around if we need to. Connor and Eddie in row 1, Dillon and Werdeman in row 2, Turnmeyer and Brunner row 3, Westendorf and Jones row 4. But I think you're going to see 3 of those front 4 moving back. And if that's the case, then we'll reset our lineup. Matt Eddy moved to the outside. Dylan Connor moved inside. And only the front two are going to go to the back. So that'll put Pete Dillon and Jeff Werdeman on the front row with Marvin Turnmeyer and John Brunner in row 2. Westendorf and Jones up to row 3. And then Matt Eddy will move inside. Dylan Connor will move outside of our fourth and final row to get things started tonight. All right. Lights are off on our pace vehicle. That means it's time to go green 35 times around. Here at Hickory Motor Speedway.
Green, green, green.
Green flag in the air. We're underway. Round number 2 for the Tri-Track Series. Dillon to the point. Werdeman slides to second. They're side by side, third and fourth. Turnmeyer and Brunner. And Brunner went way wide. He's going to give that spot up. You can't run that wide and hang on to a position. Well, just as I say that, he fights back. Here comes Jimmy Jones on the high side working around Westendorf. They're 2 wide, 3 deep behind your 2 leaders. See the back end of the car, bouncing around on the 46. Now bouncing around on the 16. So they'll stay side by side at least for a moment. Caution for the first time, I think, Matt Westendorf and Matt Eddy. Oh, let's see if we can get a good look at this. Josh Westendorf in the 92, a little bounce of the car. Matt Eddy got that nose in there. I don't even know if he meant to get the nose up in there, but he did. Hello, Mr. Bill. Hey, Jay. Where's Mr. Adam at tonight, I wonder? So that'll slow some things down real quickly for us here. We'll get field group back up. Pete Dillon had the lead. Werdeman was second. Turnmeyer had just cleared Brunner, and Jones and Connor were still trying to figure their 2 positions out when Matt Eddy and Josh Westendorf got together. We had completed 5. So we still got 30 laps to go. Short track racing. Doesn't look like either Eddy or Westendorf have any damage. Neither one. Oh, well, that's probably, I forgot about those. Yep, we're going to double things up here. I don't know what is going on in that second row.
All right, man. Lights are back on the pace car. We're not going green this time. We are not going green.
So officially we had 4 laps in the books. We have an issue. 16 car, very, 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 very slow. And apparently he's going to go to the infield. Terminal issues for the driver of the 16. All right, we'll re-rack them. Dillon and Werdeman on the front row, Brunner and Jones. And actually, it's Jones and Brunner in row 2. They'll get back after it. And John Brunner in that 46, putting up the good fight on the top. I just think it's all for naught. That inside line is going to be so much better. Westendorf able to work past Connor. He started behind him after the spin. He worked past him already. John Brunner way out wide. He is trying to use the high line. Nobody else is thinking about that outside. And John Brunner's not thinking about anything else but the high line. Got to be so careful. Can't let the car get out of shape. Got to let it roll free. Now he's going to cut it down to the inside, right across the center of the corner. He found that big bump. Car got out of shape. Right behind him, Westendorf did exactly the same thing. It just took him longer to gather it back up. Dillon's still out front. Werdeman still giving chase to him. Jones got up to third. Brunner got into fourth in front of Connor. Already working lap number 10. Jimmy Jones up to the third spot. Officially, he started sixth. He was listed as starting in the eighth spot. Here comes Dylan Connor. Got to the inside of Brunner, and Brunner's still not going to give it up on the outside. He is going to run hard out there. Matt Eddy right behind Connor. Now he's going to fall side by side with Brunner. Only driver in the field with the Chevy Camaro. Everybody else is Monte Carlo or Thunder Chicken. And now Matt Eddy looks like he'll clear John Brunner. So he'll be able to go after Dylan Connor. That's a pretty good gap. It's about half second. Between the two, it's about a full second between Jones in third and Connor in fourth, and that gap's closing pretty quickly. Pete Dillon still in control. Moved up to start on the pole. Has led every lap since we dropped the green flag. Car went down into turn one, got into that hole. Looked like the left front was giving up on it, but it's just the way that it gets down into that little hole that's right there. Top two have opened up about a second on third place, Jimmy Jones. Jones is being reeled in. It's down to 0.4 of a second now between he and Connor. Jones looks like he's drifting way wide in the corners all of a sudden. That Ford not getting into the entries very good. Got wide getting into one after he bumped the fence out of four, and that'll cost him a spot because Dylan Connor, ever efficient, is right there. Matt Eddy now will be the next car trying to get around the 42. Turnmeyer is back on track. Whatever it was, it only cost him 3 laps to get it fixed, but he is back racing. Running back in the 8th spot. Again, the top two, 1.2 seconds ahead of Dylan Connor and Pete Dillon. That was a little wide. We're halfway. Caution. And I think Mr. Turnmeyer's issues are going to continue. Oh, yeah, that one just got away from him, got around. Big hit into the outside fence. That one definitely terminal. That's going to bring the field back together. So that big gap that your top two were enjoying. Purple crown. Where's the purple crown? I don't know where the purple crown is. Probably a top contributor. I have to go look that up. That stuff changes regularly, so I'm not even, I know somebody had a gold crown and somebody was wanted something, they wanted to be an editor or whatever, and it's a special little icon for them too. I don't even know anymore, they change it so often. So John Brunner coming out of the infield. So is Matt Eddy. Westendorf is still on pit road, but he is rolling out. He's going to have to wait for the field to go by. I don't know if that'll cost him a lap or not. Seems like caution laps are not counting. And it does not cost him a lap. It was still Pete Dillon, Jeff Werdeman, Dylan Connor, your top three. Jimmy Jones in fourth. Now Matt Eddy, after a quick pit stop, is up to fifth. And John Brunner, Josh Westendorf, and Mr. Turnmeyer has elected to take that thing straight to the hauler and load what's left of it up. So we're halfway. We're going to get a restart at halfway.
Green, green, green.
Pretty good start by the whole field. Shift missed right there by the 81. I don't know if that's going to cost him, and that's going to start to put some pressure on the 7, but Dylan Connor slid the rear end getting out of 2. Really checked the car down in 4 to try to keep from getting that wheel spin. Matt Eddy on the fresh skins now, trying to take advantage of those. He is going to have to work quickly. He's going to have to force a mistake out of the 91. He's going to have to do it really fast here. Took a chance, got tires. Now he's up to third. Werdeman back to fourth. Westendorf is fifth. And then Brunner and Jones battle in 6 and 7. Matt Eddy's got to find a way to get the power down. It's right there. He's got to make a move. He can't sit and ride. I don't think outside's where you want to go for sure. He may be able to make that work. He's going to pull alongside. Fresher tires may prevail here. He may have to make both passes on the high side. He gets around Connor. Now he's alongside Pete Dillon. Oh, Pete Dillon got a little free getting out of the corner, trying to keep it out of. And I think all of that is going to be for naught. Well, let's go see what happened to Mr. Westendorf here. Oh, he got down on the apron, and then he got a little help, which wasn't Brunner's fault. And there's your caution, folks. I think I'll go check that out after the show, Jane, and see if I can figure out. But I'm sure it's a contributor deal. Pete Dillon, Matt Eddy, Dylan Connor, Jeff Werdeman, John Brunner, Jimmy Jones, and Josh Westendorf. The running order, it'll be 9 laps to go. When we drop the green flag, I think it'll be 8. Matt Eddy, fresher tires, was about to make the pass on Pete Dillon when the caution came out. Just hadn't gotten back around to the start-finish line to lock that in. But he's figured out the top line will work.
All right, man. Like to back
Caution
on the pace
getting
car.
extended.
We're not going green this time. We are not going green.
It is. It's top chatters. That's what it's about. It is a system for monitoring your top contributors. So there's probably a number next to it. Is that correct, Jane? All right, looks like we are about to go back to green. Yes, we are. Green flag. Pete Dillon got a good start. Matt Eddy missed a shift. Oh, my. Fresh tires, and that's probably going to sting a little bit. He is going to have to drive it extremely hard for the next 7 laps. And these guys are going to cover that high entry. Oh, he's going to get turned around there. He got a little loose off of 4, and Brunner was there. Trying to use that high sidecar. Slid a little right there, and Brunner right there and hooked him. Not really anywhere for John Brunner to go. That is going to change things up, and now the battle at the front is a lot different. He's still got 6 laps to go. Pete Dillon is going to be able to be the control car, and he's going to get the start. But now he's got to hold that 91 off. Pete Dillon's been close a number of times. John Brunner coming back up to 3rd. Werdeman is 4th. Jones and Westendorf 5 and 6, and then Matt Eddy starting back of the field. We'll have 6 laps to get it decided. Oh, I bet somebody will accept the challenge now. We'll see how this goes, Jane. All right, lights are out. Pace truck getting out of the way. Green flag. Back in the air. Dylan Connor got a launch. He was back about half a car, and he got a great launch onto that start. Now he is going to try to use that high side. Those 2 cars up front on equal tires. Pete Dillon a little wide right there. Ran Dylan Connor up the hill. 5 to go. Wave lap this time by. Here comes John Brunner. Big wiggle out of the 7. He's going to be in the sandwich. Nope. John Brunner gives him a little room. Now he's going to get a little squirrely off of 4. Pete Dillon under pressure from the defending series champion. They are side by side. He's going to have to make 8 perfect corners. With 3 to go. He's got to get up out of turn 2 better than that. 3 and 4, he's good. He just can't get out of turn 2 at all right now. Contact between your 2 leaders. And Connor surges just slightly ahead. And now a big slide from Dillon. That might be the nail in the coffin that Dylan Connor was looking for. Oh, Connor goes down. White flag. We will not have a caution. I'm not sure what happened to Connor's car, but all of a sudden he shot across the track. And Pete Dillon's going to come home with the win tonight. Who's going to get second out of this mess? Jeff Werdeman, then John Brunner. I want to go down here because they were side by side. And that car just went straight at the wall. Right front must have went down. That was interesting. John Brunner, you got a copy? Ooh. John Brunner, you got a copy? Oh, why is he? No, you guys can't do that. John Brunner, do you got a copy?
I copy, Roger.
All right, man. Third place here tonight. Looked like you were going to get second coming out of turn 4, but a little bit of a surge off the top side.
Yes.
The 81 just nipped you right there.
Yep, Jeff got a good pull off the corner, and I just coming off the corner on the bottom. Car is really loose, so you got to be careful.
Yeah, it looked like a lot of guys were struggling, especially late guys were struggling with that. You still there?
Yep.
Okay, I don't know who keeps moving you, but they don't. John, are you there? It's frustrating the interviewer because he keeps bringing him into the room and then it just keeps getting moved. Hey, John, are you still with me?
Yeah, I'm still there.
I don't. Are you moving yourself or is someone moving you to play games?
Nope.
I think someone's moving me to play. No, I'm kidding. I don't know what's going on.
Okay,
Weeks
so
in a
let's
row.
try this. Let's
Yep,
try this
we go.
again. We're going to move on. We'll come back and try that after. Jeff Waterman, you got a copy?
I do, Roger.
If somebody moves you, I'm just going to leave for the night.
Come on down. I'll give you a gunslinger.
It frustrates the interviewer greatly when the interviewee will not stay in a room.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on there.
It's still going on.
Gremlin's
Every time I move him, he moves back.
Yeah,
So-
he's not doing it. So anyway,
Last lap, last corner, big surge. You're going to come home second tonight.
yeah, I was having a lot of fun. I just was telling John before you pulled him up, before you did the dancing back and forth there, that I had to crowd him off of 4. Dylan had something go wrong with his steering, and it locked up on him, and he couldn't escape. So I had to crowd him down coming off of 4, so I didn't get into Dylan. I got lucky on that outside, finding some momentum when I got forced up there late. I found something, and lo and behold, drag race off of 4, come home in P2.
Yeah, it looked like everybody was struggling a little off the exit, especially on the bottom of the corners, and Hickory's tough enough. This place, you can get the car sideways pretty fast.
Yeah, I was trying to do, I think I was faster than Pete early on, but every time I would get like a run off the bottom, man, I'd have to let off the throttle a little too much, just because, like you said, it wanted to step out, especially off the bottom. I really struggled off of 4. I had a good middle of 3 and 4, but I couldn't capitalize on it. But I did have a lot of fun, though.
Big bounce down there in the middle of both ends, and if you hit it wrong, it just seemed like it set the car on tight, and you just almost had to stop trying to get off the exits.
Yeah, I was really braking hard before I got there. I was doing a lot of 2-foot driving on that, and I found a way to kind of get across that bump even, like you're talking about. Just hit it just right and keep the car as balanced-ish as possible, which is an oxymoron with how big that bump is down there.
Well, awesome job tonight, man. A second place finish. Give me your shout-outs, your thank yous. We'll let you go celebrate.
All right, thank you. Got to thank Godfather's Pizza, our primary sponsor on the car for the street stocks. It got BF Hammers, Gunslinger Whiskey, and, of course, the Team 137. And finally, I always got to thank you, Roger, for you and what you do to help promote what we do.
All right, man. Congrats on the run. We'll look forward to seeing you back next week.
Very good. Thank you, sir.
Jeff Waterman finishing in second. We're going to move on. We're going to talk to Pete Dillon, then we're going to try to come back to John Brunner. Pete Dillon, you there, buddy?
Yes, sir. Got you loud and clear.
All right, man. No more bridesmaid.
Yeah. I would have liked to seen it, finish to the end, but I guess Dylan had some technical issues or something. I'm not sure what went on there, but that was fun battling with him. It was definitely going to be a battle to the finish.
Yeah, it looked like a couple of mistakes, and you had the advantage, and then all of a sudden he was getting a little bit of pull off the top, and you were getting a little bit loose there on the exit of the corners.
Yeah, it was. You had to be very careful where you picked up the throttle at on the bottom. It definitely would skate out on you, and then you would be spinning the rest of the corner trying to chase the car up the track, and also trying to stay out of the guy that was on the outside of you. So yeah, it got pretty hairy a few times.
Yeah,
I
looked
feel
like it,
we
but
banged doors about 3 or 4 times.
yeah, it did look pretty hairy, but it looked like you're able to stay the course. You're going to get the victory, and I don't know what to tell you now. You were a bridesmaid so many times. You were looking for that victory. I really don't know what to tell you to do next time now.
I don't know what to do. Hopefully we can just keep the momentum rolling.
But that's the best policy right there, is try to keep things going, man. Give me some shouts, some thank yous, and let's go celebrate a hard-earned victory here at Hickory tonight.
I'd like to thank my fiance Paula first and foremost for letting me spend the money on this thing so I can keep doing this. And I'd like to thank Jeff and Marvin for putting the league on and everything they do for that. And, of course, you always up in the booth. And my daughter, I think she might be watching, and old Don Jackson, I'm sure he's watching too.
All right, man. Congrats again. I'll look forward to seeing you back next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Pete Dillon picking up the victory tonight. Let's try this again and see if we can keep Mr. Brunner in the channel with us. Are you there, John?
I am here, Roger. I thought I'd sit tight and see if maybe you'd come back.
Yeah. I don't know what was going on before, but hopefully it doesn't. We were talking about the third place finish and getting snuck by at the very last second there from Jeff, and older tires. I don't think, did you pit? Yeah, you pitted about halfway.
Yep, I did.
It just looked like those exits on the bottom were really, really hard because the car was getting really free.
Super hard, yeah, and that's where I think Jeff got me coming off. I mean, I could go in a little deeper. Boy, you had to be careful coming off because she would break loose real easy.
Well, still third place finish. It's been a long time since we talked to you on the podium, man. I'm sure you're excited about that.
I am absolutely excited. It's a great run with these guys. I was telling Jeff that I've just learned so much from this group of guys, and I feel really good that I don't think I'm in the way at this point, and hopefully I'm getting a little more competitive, and that was my goal. So it's been a good run for the last few weeks, that's for sure.
Well, we get to talk about you quite a bit, man, so it's always fun. Give me a few shout outs before we let you head out.
Yeah, again, I'd like to shout out to my brother that's got the health issues. He's getting some positive news recently, so anybody keep prayers or thoughts for him. That's appreciated. Outlaw Chassis, Oak Creek Automotive, Bailing Circle Track, Racing Roundup Show, which my buddy Jim Trado and his son Sam run, but it's on Tuesday night, so I know that they probably aren't able to watch. But those are the people that kind of behind me, and my other two brothers, obviously Randy and Jeff too. So big shout out to you, Roger, and Jeff, Marvin, and Josh for the league, and much appreciated.
All right, man. Congrats on the run. Thanks for chatting with us. We'll look forward to seeing you back here next week, see if you can keep the momentum up.
Sounds good, Roger. Appreciate it.
John Brunner, 46 car, finishing in the third spot, and it has been a long road to start getting that car up on the podium. He's been steady Eddie, really. He has just stayed the course. Good times, bad times, and now he's starting to see some of the fruits of all that effort, so congrats to him. Was a fun one for sure. It always is when we go to these short tracks. But Dillon, Wardeman, Brunner were 1, 2, 3. Westendorf comes home in fourth. Good run for him. Jimmy Jones fifth. Matt Eddy sixth. That last lap deal, I don't know what happened to him, but coming to get the white flag, Dylan Connor's car just shot across the racetrack. And he hit the outside wall very hard. And that will give him a seventh place finish, and Marvin Turnmeyer rounded out the field. That'll do it for us here tonight. Tomorrow night, right around the same time, we will kick off Midwest Truck Series, I think the third race of their season. We will go live and see who picks up the win tomorrow night. Should be an exciting one. I can't even remember where I saw they were at now. I looked before I came in here, but I have forgotten. It's what happens when you get old. You forget things. Want to thank you all for being here. Without you, there's no reason to do this. Out of the awesome leagues, giving us great racing like we just saw. There is nothing for us to cover. High fives and pats on the back all the way around for that.